I'll wait for you to tell me to take off. Awaiting orders.
Good luck out there.
Good luck out there. Good luck out there. Awaiting orders. Good luck out there. Entering system. Windfall. experimental shuttle. Docking right.
Sir.
Experimental shuttle. experimental shuttle. Docking right. Unknown object.
Sir,
Experimental shuttle. Docking granted. Experimental shuttle. Hive guard.
Sir,
Experimental shuttle. Experimental shuttle. Docking ready.
Awaiting orders.
Sir.
Entering system. Heretics end.
Departing to execute the mission.
Departing to execute the mission. Departing to execute the mission.
Reporting back for duty. The mission was a complete success.
Reporting back for duty. The mission was a complete success.
Reporting back for duty. The mission was a complete success.
Entering system. Windfall.
It's good to see you, friend.
Many among us have been watching your work with great interest and wanted to reward you for it. As such, I'm pleased to present you with a new rank as a token of our appreciation. Of course, we will also reward you with benefits. These benefits are linked to your rank, so they will be lost should you turn against us. But given how you have helped us out in the past, I do not see that being a real worry. I hope you find these rewards fitting to the work you've done, and that you are able to make the most of them. Oh, and expect some of our organizations to reach out to you for help in the near future. Once again, we really appreciate what you have done for us so far. We look forward to working with you more in the future.
Good luck out there. It's good to see you, friend. Good luck out there.
Entering system. Heretics End.
Sir.
there?
I'm sorry, everyone is maintaining a low profile.
Where can I help? Here you go. Safe journey.
I can't see checkers, but I'm gonna be hopping off just because I'm gonna get something to eat before I go to bed, and I'm a little bit hangry. You guys have any questions? I just returned to the game after a break, and I kind of wanted to see what EgoSelf was doing. I was a little bit like, I got a little bit bored of the game for a while, so. But I am gonna push into I would say I'm solidly approaching a mid game. I'd say I'm in mid game right now. And then I want to do the transition from mid to late game. And then also, I've never done any terraforming stuff. So if you guys have any questions, just leave them down in the description. I respond to every question. I don't monetize my videos. I just to help out. What I'm currently looking at is well, the diplomacy system to understand it a little bit better. Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. One thing I'm a little bit worried about down here is Hop is getting a little bit out of control, but that'll be rectified because I plan on sending Hop into war with the Pyramid to create a little strain there. I'm surprised. I already did the chain and I created a war between Argon and the Terran Federation, and I'm really surprised because usually this shipyard falls right away. So I'm really surprised to see that they're somehow still up and going. Though it looks like the Antigone Republic did lose their main shipyard right? That's a boron, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And then I currently have like a QRF fleet. Like I got this little lame ass intermediate kind of factory that I plan on morphing into a full on closed loop shipyard once I have the funds. Which, if I were to focus on it more, I'm sure I could do it. And having this right off the shipping lanes would be pretty hilarious because what'll happen is with that's why I have the Tuata here. I should move some mana cores over here, but and add like a processing module right to here because what happens is the moment you turn into a shipyard and you start basically printing money, but before that, if you buy like hop ships and then Argon ships, they're going to be placing orders from your one factory that's in hop space. So you can kind of see where this is going. The moment they launch, they're shooting at each other, and then you just swoop in with your Tuata and garbage compact them, and then use your Manticores to push them into the recycling bins. But I'm not near that point, right? The Earl King, I swear this thing pisses me off. I don't know why they make this thing so damn hard to find. If you're not familiar with it, the Earl King is with the Tides of Avarice expansion, and you obtain it. I won't say how you obtain it. It's pretty obvious, but there'll be these annoying ass data vaults, and they'll be like way high above like the z-axis, like z plus or z minus, like way down, and it's RNG. You have no idea knowing, so you can sit there and shoot a pulse off, and you'll never find jack. That's why I have like 8 million. Where it's kind of funny. I can't remember what system it was. I placed like 1 million friggin' satellites, advanced satellites, trying to find anything. But you have to find one for the Earl King's main battery. I think it has unique secondary batteries. And I don't know, maybe it's shields. I don't think so. It's just, there's like 5 of them, I think. It's just a real pain in the ass. It's really dumb. It's not even remotely fun. Who wants to get out and scan all the time with their ship? Let's see. I did stem off the tide. If you guys are ever playing Rise Defiance, they were pushing in, and they'd pretty much crushed. They'd almost were basically at this gate, meaning Xenon, and pushed through here. And if they make it through this gate, it's really bad. Like it starts going really sideways for the Zyark. So I sent my Super Squadron of Doom 4 Asgards in this formation right here. And it's pretty hilarious because maybe I'll do a video on, if you guys are interested, anybody's watching this, maybe I'll do a video explaining how to get Asgards. And it's really not cheesing it. Like, it takes a lot of work. Like, it's your first Asgard. Once you get your first Asgard, it'll be easier to get your second. It's like a snowball effect, like 3 fourths. I could easily roll out after this, but your first Asgard is going to be a pain in the ass because the crew complement is 360. And I'll tell you right now, I'll just share this before I crash out, but service crew, you always want all your service crew to be, or all your crew to be assigned to service crew. The reason being is they will gain experience passively, and that also helps in boarding operations. Even if they're Marines, you reassign them as Marines, it still remembers how good they were as a service crew. It makes sense, right? Because they know where to go and how to turn the engines off and how to create mayhem in the ship on top of being a Marine. But here's the bad thing. So recruit Marines are basically pointing their guns at themselves. Like I don't know, I don't even know. Like they're giving rubber guns. Like I'm serious. Like you can have like 10 veterans and then fight off 300 Marines, like no problem, that are recruits. So I'd like to think of it as like you could think as veteran groups as like Delta, right? Like if you had recruits and they're like Army, right? Nothing against the U.S. Army. I'm just saying they're like the Army and they're issued rubber guns, right? Because they don't trust them with real bullets. And then the veterans are like Delta, and then the elites are like straight up Master Chief just showed up, like he entered jet, like one elite can just annihilate all these students. So the key is to uh, whittle those guys down. But the bad side effect of it is if you assault an Asgard ship, and I'll show you a good spot to do it. If you don't kill enough of their Marines, they'll gain experience from the combat and then turn from, rubber gun guys into Delta Force operators, right? So, yeah, you gotta, it's hard. I would say a building ship, you want to find I think the Shiaku can carry a large crew complement. You can easily just look in the encyclopedia and compare ships, but there will always be a Asgard always on patrol right here, right at the jump between the moon and Venus. So you can always get this guy because they'll replace him instantly, and he's got a million friggin' patrol ships with him. Here's the hilarious part of this whole thing. All you got to do is, if you have teleportation, park a ship here, park a ship down here at this wharf here. That's why this guy's sitting here. Actually, that's a story mission ship. That's kind of funny. But I parked this ship here for a reason. Because there's a funny thing. If you have enough cash and you're serious about doing this, what you can do is you can pop back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Every time you switch between sectors and it has to reload that sector, not within the same sector, it has to be to a different sector, the Marines available on the docks to hire, like the dudes you can just walk up to, they will refresh. So if you're diligent, got the money for it, and just are serious about getting yourself an Asgard, that's what you're going to do. Go to the Terran Wharf, go to every friggin' person. It's going to take you hours, I swear. It's a pain in the ass, but if you want to do it, you're going to hire only veterans, and if you can get those elites, but it's going to be like, like you need 10 million for an elite. But then you'll pop up here to the Terran shipyard, watch and repeat until you get a good enough crew, then transfer all those dudes over to a building ship or a Shiaku transport, and you'll just do a flyby. And what I mean is, when you fly by, you'll be coming right at, this would be a perfect time. You'll come at the Asgard, let me pause it. You'll come at the Asgard right as you're underneath his keel, like right about here, and you're at travel speed. This is very important. Turn off all your turrets when you're at travel speed. Initiate a boarding operation against the Asgard and tell them, while the hull is at maximum strength, and I don't care about turrets being active, anything, you guys just go. And you're going to see what happens is your inertia will keep going, right? If you don't get tagged, which you probably will, by some of these ships, you'll have like a string of boarding pods like going all the way back, maybe even like this far. And then these guys will try to get on board, and you just have to hope, if you want to save scummy, you could, but you just have to hope that your elites and your veterans make it on board, right? Now, what you need to do is just burn, like hold down, even though the ship you're in sucks for probably, if you're on a Shiaku or a building ship, it's going to suck for boosting. You just want to keep boosting, and you can see exactly what I did. I would boost, and I'd get so far, and I'd drop a satellite to see who was chasing me still. And what'll happen is these capital ships, the Osakas and the Sins, will actually give up in their chase. But these guys will be a pain in your ass for a while. So if you're just gonna want to keep going and going and going and going. Right about this time, you can probably stop, turn around, face that way, make sure all your turrets off, do not return fire. You'll take like 2 hits to rep loss because the Asgard will shoot out an autonomous drone, and then they'll do the, station security, reporting a crime, that kind of garbage. So you're going to take a couple hits, it's no big deal. But then, hilariously enough, and they need to fix this. All the ships will de-aggro. So your Marines are on board their ship fighting them, and you can just go all right up to the ship and just wait it out and see what happens, right? Here's the even better part. The Marines you're hiring are Terrans, right, from their two shipyards and well, their shipyard and their wharf. So you just keep doing that over and over, and it's so epically retarded. And you get your first Asgard, get a second Asgard for sure. Maybe I'll do a video explaining how the AI handles Asgard engagements, because it's really, really weird, man. You're definitely going to need them if you want to go after the I'm trying to think of that quest line. The quest line for the whatever, the weird cybernetic dudes. That quest line's pretty hardcore, man. You have to like clear entire zones of all Xenon activity. There's no other way you're going to do that other than with a boatload of Asgard. I mean, I suppose you could do it with like a lot of other ships, but look here, I already cleaned these guys out, and they've already reestablished them. So I'm just kind of watching. I don't mind. I'm looking for eyes that are about to transit, because if an eye comes in here, he's not going to be stopped by anything they got in this area. So I need to send my fleet over there to handle them. But K's, I don't really care. Like, this is good for me. It's good for the economy. These guys are going to just beat the hell out of anything that comes through here. And then just make sure you're not, this real on that your global orders are including, Tharkas Cascade or any of these jacked up zones for either movement or activities including mining. I'm not too really worried about my warships. And if you do run into a problem where your warship is like fighting a K and can't figure out, like I can kill a K with a kid. It would be a pain in the ass. The Envoy is for sure the king because it bypasses shields and does direct damage to the hull. So when you're pinpointing hard points on a K, if you know where they're at, you just get on his back, his carapace, and then you can just surgically take everything out, and his shields don't even matter because your main gun bypasses him. So that's why the Envoy is way OP. But Ks are nothing, man. It's the eyes that you need to be a little bit leery of, and even they're not that bad. One thing I would say with an Asgard, you can destroy 2 Ks with a single volley. Never overheat your main cannon on an Asgard. The ATL main battery cannon, the Death Star beam it shoots, don't overheat it because it'll go into like a 10-second mandatory cooldown before it even starts to reset. Whereas if you get it all the way to the end, and if you're good enough, you let go, it'll immediately start cooling off. And that way, with an eye, it'll take a full blast. If you go all the way up to say 95%, let it cool down, say 20%, shoot it again, and boom, eye is dead. You can do 2, maybe 3 Ks out with a fully charged Asgard beam. So, once you got an Asgard, it's like the I win button. So, but here's the retarded thing. If you tell them to attack a plant or a ship, the way these guys operate is, let me get a profile on them. They will always attack from the top, trying to get above you, because all their guns are orientated to fire downwards, right? Whereas they maybe, if you're in front of them, they're going to get a few, maybe 2/3 of their complement of weapons are going to be able to shoot at you. And if you're on the top of them, right here, nothing can hit you. So that's their blind spot right here on the top of the carapace top right here. And then they've got like a turret here, the big guns, and then on the side, mirrored turret, and then they'll have underneath the ship 2 turrets right here. And then the midships, there'll be a medium cannon here, a medium cannon on the other side. There'll be 2 medium cannons here. I've got this memorized. There's like 3 of them in the nose, pointed upwards. But yeah, these guys are a joke. Like they're so easy. Just don't let them come in, because what'll happen is your Asgard will go into Willy Wonka retard mode, and he'll face his engines to the enemy as this dude's above him. So if you ever go to engage these, I probably encourage you to take control of your Asgard and manually just delete them with your super laser of doom. And same thing with the plants. Like if you don't tell them to bombard the power plant with a fleet operation, I'll get into that some other time. Maybe if people are interested, but what'll happen is your ships will just fly right over the station, like, and meanwhile they're getting just hit by graviton cannons, and it'll delete even an Asgard. Can't take that for too long. So if you're assaulting these, make sure you have your ships set to bombard, and with the fleet leader, and then have the fleet leader engage at distance. They'll still move around. But hopefully they don't go super retard mode and fly right over the damn ships. All right. Anyways, happy gaming, guys. I am hangry, man. I need something to eat. But I absolutely will look at the comments. You guys leave any questions, comments, anything. I promise I'll respond. Again, I don't do this for the money. My videos are not monetized. I just here to help out. Take it easy, guys, and catch you around.